Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana, and this is my crowdfunding update for May 2021. In these crowdfunding update videos, I go back over the previous month, in this case, May of 2021, talk about the crowdfunding games that I was watching, the ones that I backed, the ones that I'm still watching that haven't finished yet, and then usually I also talk about games that I'm anticipating in the months ahead. But there are 22 games that I've been focusing in on and thinking about over the last month, and so there's an additional 20 or so games that I'm anticipating. So I'm going to break it into two videos for this month. So today we're going to start through the 22 games that I've been looking at in May and talk about each one for just a little bit. So let's get started. All right, well, some of these games have already passed, and so I'm not going to spend too much time. One that I was considering early on in the month was Aldabas, Doors of Cartagena, a nice card game, tableau builder game. This one is by Grand Gamers Guild, which is a group I'm not familiar with. It was funded, it was successful, and it had a pretty reasonable price. And I generally like card games. It looked like it was going to be a fun tableau builder set collection kind of style. The art was really attractive. The sort of Colombian theme here was interesting. I like puzzly games. In the end, I didn't end up backing it, not because I didn't think it was a good back, just because there were so many other games I was looking at and other games that I decided I needed to prioritize for my own personal gaming style and my family style. But this one looked like a great one. I would be interested in maybe picking this one up in the future, maybe a retail version. If you look at the animations here showing the gameplay and seeing how the tableau fits together, it looks like a clever little game. And kind of sad looking back that I didn't back it, but I just couldn't choose to back everything. Steph Hodge here gives a nice review. Blue Peg, Pink Peg says a surprisingly deep game with strategic card placement and rich combos. Oh yeah, don't forget to watch your purse. Tantrum House, Sarah Meadows says the first play left me hungry for more, and the second play made me realize how many different strategies there could be. And the basic Kickstarter edition was $20, and then you could get for retailers information here as well. So again, one that I did think was a good game, one that I was very interested in, but one that I ended up not backing. I did kind of look around to see if there was any indication that there might be a late pledge. There isn't anything on the Kickstarter page about a late pledge. Maybe you want to keep a following on this Board Game Geek page. And then if you want to check out the Everyone and Their Grandmother Games site, it's eatggames.com. And I'm hoping maybe in the future on this site they may give some information about a way to purchase it if it doesn't go to retail. So we'll see if this one becomes available in the future. But looked like a nice game, and it just couldn't fit it in the budget, even though it was reasonably priced. Next one I followed was Dominations Deluxe. This one ended, I think, May 20th, looks like, from Holy Grail Games. This is a bigger game, a civilization building game. And this is really the deluxe version where you can get the base game, and then you can get the expansions and get this big sleeve box to hold all of it. It was awarded the Seal of Excellence by Dice Tower, Tabletop Award, and you can see all the expansions that comes with it. And then if you missed the Dominations Kickstarter, all the special content that was unlocked in the form of stretch goals is now available in the Empire Pack, and all of this is available in this deluxe edition, this huge box. So definitely was interested in it, but I didn't have the base game, so I was going to have to be investing in the entire package, and just didn't feel like I could justify this one in terms of the money, the cost. Definitely an attractive game. Definitely looks like it would be interesting. Civilization games, I'm interested in, and I always think I'm going to enjoy them maybe more than I do, and I do enjoy them, but they tend to take so long, and even though this one says it's a little bit shorter, just wasn't sure how much gameplay I would get. You can see here how everything fits together nicely, the expansions and everything in this big box. Some Kickstarter exclusive information or material here that I was following along with too. Components look great. If I had unlimited funds, I would have probably gone in for this Imperator pledge and purchased everything, but 150 euros was more than I could justify spending for a single game, especially at this point in our lives. So lots of cool things here, but this one is one that I didn't back. Up here again, nothing visible here about a late pledge, but there is on the Holy Grail Games page here some information about Dominations. And so if you follow on this page, again, maybe in the future they'll have some information here. It talks about how you grow, build, and develop the game. Maybe later on here it says you can get your copy today of the base game. Hopefully they'll have some information about how not only can you get the base game and expansions, but maybe getting that deluxe edition through their site. So I'll put all these links down below. The next game was Hoplomachus Victorum, and it is also over. It's a chip theory game. It's set in the year AD 79, and it says, seers have learned of the imminent eruption of Mount Vesuvius, and those versed in the mystic arts have made invocations to stop the calamity from claiming thousands of lives. However, these actions have angered Pluto, god of the underworld, who vows to usher in even greater destruction until the Earth's strongest champions accomplish a series of tasks in a realm of grueling combat. And chip theory games are big, beautiful games, the classic big chips. This one you can late pledge. So this one I'll maybe just put this link in instead of the other page as well, but you can click on here to late pledge. And this Hoplomachus Victorum is the solo version of the Hoplomachus original game. And I like the theme, I like the setting. I am not sure if I would necessarily like the gameplay. I was very tempted to go in on this one though, because I've wanted to try a chip theory game. They're just expensive, and I know the quality is there. The art is always intriguing, and this theme drew me in. It looks like it would be fun. You're traveling all over these maps, trying to accomplish these tasks, going to these different places and fighting in these battles against these crazy creatures. You're upgrading your character's abilities and skills, and I enjoy solo games at times. I don't always play solo, but I like to have that occasionally, that option. I do play games more than most of the people in my family, so lots of stretch goals. There's some instructions here on how to play. You can see the really cool chips and the stadium seating that's part of the Kickstarter. Here shows how you upgrade your heroes and how you would travel around the map to go to those different places to fight the battles and develop your skills and gain relationships with other people, I'm imagining. And here it shows how the combat works with the chips. And again, I've always wanted to play a chip theory game, but just haven't pulled the trigger because of the cost at this point. And it was the same one. In the end, I didn't buy this one either, back this one either. I don't think I'll late pledge, but I'm not sure. I do know from what I've heard, especially from others, I think Alex Ratcliffe at Board Game Co. talked about how chip theory games, you don't generally save a ton of money in the Kickstarters. Pretty much everything that's in the Kickstarter is also going to be available later at virtually the same price once you factor in shipping. So that was another reason I decided I'll hold off and maybe eventually in the future be able to get it. It does say it's going to be less than MSRP, but if you're timely on the chip theory sales, you might be able to still get this same price in the future. They also had the Hoplomachus remastered game here available. And so that was another thing I thought, well, they both look cool, but this $255 hero pledge that included all of them, plus the tracking mat, sounded great, looked great, but just couldn't pull the trigger on that kind of an investment for 2 games even. The health premium chips are available, the bag, alloy dice set, that looks really cool. Hero tracker mat, the dice trays, lots of really cool things, neoprene mat, and then they had a bunch of stretch goals along the way. So again, not one that I backed, but definitely followed closely, and you can late pledge this one. Next one is Angel Fury, and the theme of this one, the battle for a human soul, didn't really inspire me or draw me in, but the fact that it's from the creators of Terraforming Mars did, and you can late pledge this one from Indie Game Studios. So over 200 miniatures. Like I said, I checked it out because of the creators. Not super into miniatures games, as the mortal soul hangs in the balance. The forces of good and evil rush to claim influence. Each side must deploy troops, improve tactics, and launch battles to take control of the human soul. Again, when I look at this, that's not the kind of game I'm typically drawn to. And the theme, again, not the kind of theme that I'm drawn to. But if you are, you can still late pledge this one. I mainly checked it out, like I said, because of who created the game, and I'm sure it's going to be a good game. Terraforming Mars, when I first played it, I liked it. The more I played it, the more I enjoy it. So you can see what's in the box. You can download the rules. You can see it's $120 for a game. That's another reason, especially when the theme and the look of the game just wasn't really drawing me in. I'm sure it's worth the value. I'm not really questioning that. It's just not worth it to me. But maybe it is to you. Maybe this is exactly the kind of game you're interested in. So there's also some add-ons down here if you are interested. So check this one out if you want to late pledge. The next one was Catch Don Falconi. And I actually heard about this game from Thinker Themer. I was watching one of their videos, and they were interested in this one. And this one ended May 27th, so just a little bit ago. This is an interesting one, kind of a hidden movement game, and it's the good pizza dough and spicy sauce is what intrigued me. In this game, you've got 2 to 4 players, ages 6 and up. Short game. Says, Catch Don Falconi is a high fun game for the whole family, but also for the strategic board game lovers. This has become possible by the modular game design of Catch Don Falconi, which includes 5 different playing levels from easy to diabolic. All right, so in the box, you got these roads, chili bombs, chili boost sauces, and you're building these maps, trying to explore in this, I think, hidden movement, kind of catch 'em if you can sort of game. You can see this playing field, and you're going to be connecting places and roads, I think, along this as you go, trying to catch Don Falconi. One player is Don Falconi. The other 1 to 3 are police officers trying to catch him. And so you're going to be laying down road cards and building cards. And so you can see there's pizza cards, different kinds of pizza, which looks cute. And, the pizzas look pretty cool. The game sounds pretty fun. In the end, I also did not back this one, but it was pretty highly reviewed by a fair number of people. I watched this Roll for Crit video. And like I said, I heard Thinker Themer first talking about it. Over here on the pledges, I forget how this translates to US dollars, but there's the Chef's Choice here, which is basically the basic game. And then you can go to the Hall of Fame pizza, which unlocks a little bit more. And then you've got limited hot art pizza version here, double Chef Choice pizza. So if we look down here, we can see Don Falconi's pizza dough. We've got the Chef Choice pizza. We've got the Hall of Fame pizza, where your name's going to be immortalized. And then you can get double versions and multiple versions here. Shipping for the US, single pizzas 13, doubles 20, family and friends 27. So cute project here. Cute looking game. Didn't seem overly expensive necessarily, but just one that I decided not to back. I did save this page though, because it talks about the game here. So if you want to learn more about it, I'll post this down below. You can read some more here. It's a nice page. And I'm hoping that maybe eventually, if it does go to retail or if they're going to sell it on their site, they'll have that information here. So I'll put that down below. The next game is Glory 2nd Edition. And I haven't played Glory, the 1st edition. But this one is also closed as of May 31st, a couple days ago. But you can still pre-order. It's by Jeremy Hogg. It is an RPG adjacent kind of a game. But if you look over here, it's Canadian dollars, but the base game, $75. And then if you want the deluxe accessories, $120. It looks great to me. I love the map look. It kind of gives me Lord of the Rings vibes. I love the art on these different characters and their dry erase. So you're writing directly on here as you upgrade the skills and abilities of your characters. And you're gaining these cards, moving around the map. With this RPG feeling games, taking on adventures and exploring, and it sounds a lot of fun. And the art looks great. Had some pretty good reviews here. Best lightweight game on the market in my view. Fast-paced, wonderful presentation, balance, and always a fun game. Simple rules, very easy to learn, ton of fun to play. Many paths to victory, so no 2 sessions are the same. So lots of good input here. But and I did like the fact that you can play it solo. But as I looked at this, even though the components look great, even though the art impresses me and does fit my preferences, there's a lot of cards, laminated cards you can write on. Yeah, lots of things in here, but the cost of 75 to 120 Canadian dollars, just a bit too much for what I think this game's offering, in my opinion. Maybe I'll look for it used in the future. Also, I've not really gotten into RPG games, so wasn't sure if this would really fit my style. It sounds like it'd be fun. I've been playing Legacy of Dragonholt, which I think is another kind of RPG adjacent sort of game, and I'm enjoying that. Free shipping to the US. So watched this one, but ended up not backing. Next one, Vengeance Roll and Fight. Again, you can late pledge here. This just ended yesterday, and this one is an interesting game. I never really figured I would back it, but it was so intriguing. I watched the Cardboard Rhino video, and she had a kind of an overview playthrough. And this is a roll and write kind of a game with a real-time element, where you've got this roll and write board, and you're tracking your abilities and gathering the dice to change those abilities. But you throw out this massive pile of dice, and everyone's reaching in for them and once you grab yours and place them on your board, you can reach back into the pile and grab some more and then go back and place those. And so the quicker you are at choosing where you want to put your dice on the board, the faster you can get back and get more dice. So there's that real-time element. Nope, not board gaming. This is so much fun. Fast, frenetic dice rolling, dice placing, bad guy fighting fun. There's the video Cardboard Rhino put out. Rulebook here if you want to download it. And the theme of the game didn't really draw me in. It was just the unique style of gameplay. I'm so on roll and writes, but this one just the whole real-time mixed with and after the real-time part, you slow down and you're going through this map and you're using all the fighting abilities and moves you made to battle out the bad guys. And you do that for several rounds. Very interesting sounding, even though the theme isn't necessarily one that I would pursue. Slicker Drip's Vengeance Roll and Fight takes the look and feel of the original game, but puts it in a faster, more frantic package. Compatibility with a vengeance. So really also reasonably priced, I think, for the game. It was quickly funded and lots of stretch goals, so you can check those out if you're interested in doing the late pledge. There were a bunch of social goals as well. The pledge levels for $29, you can get that base game with the Overkill promo pack for $55. Then you can get the episode 1 and 2 expansions, and then Vengeance for All. You're getting then looks like a new episode, and then all in for $99. It looks like you can get everything for the game. This is a very impressive little game. There's a lot going on, a very small tight package, says Rado. And then there's these add-ins that you could also pick up. Hero Minis, just the base game, and then there's some playthroughs. So that one interested me. Such a unique game, but ended up not backing. I don't think the theme and style would really resonate with my family. So this one is one that I will probably back. I have less than, or about a day, just a little over a day to decide. I was really hoping to get my Chai and High Tea expansion game Kickstarter in time to play it. I've never actually played Chai. But I know this game is very different. While it's got the same kind of theme and same kind of art feel, it's a specifically 2-player game, and it's much more Euro-y and a little bit more depth with the same great components. So I will probably end up backing this. I've got to decide here in the next few hours. It looks gorgeous. I've watched a ton of videos from Tantrum House to many others. You're trying to move your tea up the different paths. The tea is represented by these little wooden meeples. You're trying to get them onto ships to ship them off. And so there's strategy about how you get the leaves, how you move them up your paths, how you get the boats to put them on, how you get them onto the boats. Lots of little puzzly type Euro sort of play that I think would really be a lot of fun. Shut Up and Sit Down said, I've not quite seen anything like this before in a board game. I think it's really cute. I am charmed by absolutely everything about this. This game made a very favorable first impression. Puzzly engine building. I really like engine building games, so I'm quite certain I would enjoy this one. I've looked over the rules. Like I said, watched a lot of videos. I'm intrigued that you also can play it solo. I probably wouldn't play it solo often, probably mostly play with my wife. But the fact that I could play it solo is intriguing. The components, the little metal tins with the wooden meeples and the high quality art, top notch. Like I said, I don't have the Chai game in hand. They've had some delays with that Kickstarter. I didn't back the original Kickstarter. I backed the High Tea expansion and purchased the base game with that. And I'm just waiting on all of that to arrive to be able to try that. And very much looking forward to it. I think it's also a game that I will enjoy. It's a little lighter than this one from what I've heard and read. But yeah, I'm pretty much convincing myself even as I'm talking about it here. So you can join the party by just donating $1 to the community. You can get the print and play for $5. You can get the base game for $39. You can become a tea master with all the wooden deluxe tea set for $200. And then you can add on the dice trays. I've heard a lot of people talking about these dice trays. They look really cool. I probably won't add those on because my wife made me some really cool dice trays. They don't lay flat and unbutton like these, but I really like the ones she made for me, and they work great. These do look cool, though. The wooden insert looks really nice. Probably won't go for that either, but it does look like it would be very nice and organized in the box with that, so we'll see. Got a day to figure it out, and then there's going to be Pledge Manager add-ons too, so lots of awards for the original game, and then some weekly events here. Well, this page goes on for a long time, and we got some stretch goals. Looks like they met basically all of them. Yeah, this game, the original game was very popular, and then there's some other giveaways, and shipping down here, 1 copy is 15. So looking at the pledges again, probably going in here at the $39 plus 15, so it'd be $54. That includes the base game with the tins and metal coin, the wooden T tokens, all the stretch goals, and then access to the pledge manager. And I could decide if I want that wooden insert later if I go that route. So probably we'll back this one here shortly, maybe even when I'm done with this video. All right, the next one, Tussie, Mussie, the expansion. This one is by Elizabeth Hargrave, and she is the creator of Wingspan, along with several other games, Mariposas. This is one of her earlier games, I think, from what I understand. Only 38 hours to go on this one as well. It's an expansion for the little button shy style small game. And so this one just expands that one. So if you have Tussie Mussie, this will give you 3 new expansions to add to that and give you more gameplay. You've got the orange flowers, the greenery, and the ribbons expansions. It's one of those little packs, but like I said, the little button shy small card games. Also, one of the stretch goals is a free solo expansion. That sounds interesting. Purple Moose here with his review. Seal of approval from Dice Tower, Golden Geek nominee. And so lots of people really enjoying this game. Jamie Stegmeyer talking about his favorite game mechanism. So this is one I haven't really ever invested in, the button shy games. Here you can get the print and play version if you just want to do that. You can also get just the expansions for $10 if you already have the base game. Or if you're new to it and want the base game with all the expansions, it's $20. And then if you want the solo, then it's $22. That's confusing. I thought I said it was free before, but maybe there's something else going on here. Oh, free plus free Flower Shop Customers expansion. Maybe that's the extra solo bit. I'm not sure. If you want more, you can get 12 games of your choice. Oh, sorry, that's retail. There's another one down here somewhere I remember seeing. Oh, you can get a bag. One of the other options for purchase. Let's see, maybe it's just over here on the side. There's the Tussie Mussie expansion. There's Tussie Mussie no solo. Okay, and there's Tussie Mussie with solo. Okay. And okay, here it is. Button Shy Instant Collection, so you can get the Sprawlopolis with expansions and the Tussie Mussie with expansions for $40. Going back and forth on this one. I got about a day and a half to figure it out. Like I said, I've never really been into these little button shy games, but maybe this would be a chance to go ahead and get just the one. I don't think I would get both this and Sprawlopolis, but maybe just this one. It looks cute. I've heard good things about it. Yeah, we'll have to see deciding on that one. Next one, Paperback Adventures. I originally did jump on this one at the very beginning in the first 48 hours to get the free mat. Since then, I've backed out of that pledge. I didn't want to wait till the last minute and back out, and I probably won't end up backing this one. First impression from Rado's video really drew me in. I've never played paperback or hardback. This is a game by Tim Fowers. All those games are, I believe. It looks really interesting. You're making words with these cards. So here you can see hits. And then those words have these different icons along the side. Those cards have these little icons along the side. And you're going to be choosing these different characters and going through adventures and trying to survive those adventures by creating the words which give you different skills and abilities and even weapons in some of them. They've got all kinds of stretch goals here, as you can see, and some community goals. The adventure, if you want the bestseller pack, you get $35 here. If you want killer sequel, $59. And if you want the whole trilogy, $79. And then there's the add-on. So this was free in the first 48 hours. In the core box, you get this nice game trays where you're going to put the enemy and track your scoring thing. Those look pretty cool. And then in the other character box, you've got the Damsel, Ex Machina, and then there's the pirate theme for the trilogy version. It looked really interesting. I watched a couple videos, but I've never been really into word games too much. And so while the adventure tie-in kind of intrigues me, looking at these functions and whether you can line the word up with the cards underneath left to right or ascending left to right. You can change the difficulty level. So I was really into it right off the bat. But the more I've watched it and watched some gameplays, I've kind of cooled on it a bit personally, but I can see how this would be a game that some people would just absolutely adore. I don't know if it's for me. So we'll see. 4 days to think about it. Right now, I'm kind of off the fence on this one. Next one is Mosaic, A Story of Civilization, another civilization game funded under 2 hours, 5 days to go on this one. And this is an epic game that you can play in 2 hours. So again, 2 hours to me is sort of that top range of where most of the time my family doesn't really want to go onto games that go beyond that 90 minutes to 2 hours. New game from the creator of Age of Empires 3, Railways of the World, Raccoon Tycoon, and Lizard Wizard. And lots of accolades here from Man vs. Meeple, Game Boy Geek, and Rado. The overview here says it's 120 minutes, 1 to 6 players, medium complexity, high strategy. You got action selection, engine building, area control, resource management, and set collection. Here are the player boards, and it looks great. 6 player boards, leader cards, 97 technology cards, 37 build cards, 20 population cards, tax and tariff cards, and then you can get these miniatures to replace the tiles if you want. One thing I did like about this one, I'll scroll down past all these cards and tiles here. Wood bits here for the deluxe version, military upgrade for the different sculpts if you would rather have those upgrades. But this is what I was interested in down here. So they had these weekday 1 launch. They've got some upgrades, solo mode, some different things here, showing you some of the things that have happened, all the different advancements. Boy, this has expanded since the last time I've seen it. So I'll let you scroll through those on your own. I really want to get down to what kind of impressed me here, a real sort of ability to pick exactly what you want. Boy, this is a lot of stuff before what I was wanting to show. So all kinds of previews. Lots of people interested in this game. Okay, here we go. So for $1, you can support the campaign. For $79, you can get the base game, the premiere version. For $149, Deluxe Kickstarter Exclusive Edition includes the Premium Edition board game, all the add-on sets 1 through 4. And this is what I was talking about. If you want the base game but not the whole 149, let's say you want the 79, but there's only a couple things you want, you can really go through and pick what you want down here with the add-ons. So, for instance, you can get add-on set number 1, which is basically just the wooden tokens and the coins. If you just want that, then you can do that and not go all the way to that $149 version. But then if you want some of the miniatures, there's 9 Unique Wonders, plastic miniatures, and then there's the 150 cities, towns, and ports, 192 military units, and then the neoprene mat. So 1 through 4, all these miniatures and the wooden and metal coins here, all that stuff comes in that $149. I think you have to add on the neoprene mat. So for me, again, it's a game that's sort of on the edge of complexity and game time length, where I'm not sure how often it would get to the table. And so, and for $80 plus shipping, let's see, what was the shipping on this one? Down here, yes, shipping. Well, not bad on the shipping, actually. 9 for the regular and 14 for the Colossus. And really, it's not a bad game if you're getting all of those expansions, all the miniatures, gold coins, and everything. But I just, again, having a hard time lately putting this much money into a single game, even as great as this one looks. So probably not going to follow on this one. But if you are interested, I know a lot of people are really loving this game. 5 days to go. Next one, Path of Light and Shadow Solstice. So Path of Light and Shadow is a game that's been around in this Solstice expansion here, is what's coming out now from Stronghold Games. The art looks really cool. I've never played the base game, so if I were to support this one, I would have to get both the base game and this expansion. So here we see the base game limited edition expansion here. And I haven't really had a chance to really dig into this one too much. I watched 1 video so far, but I'll be looking at a little more. I haven't watched Stella's video here, so we'll be watching this Stella short and sweet soon. And I haven't watched the Rado video yet either. So I'll be checking out these videos, but looking through this one, like I said, for me, I would have to buy the base game and the expansion. The limited edition expansion, if you already know you love this game, you're probably going to want to jump in on that. It's got a new region, new factions, powerful relics, new player boards, faction and title cards, and a solo mode now. So lots of things coming in this expansion to make the game even better. You can download the solo rules. You can look at all the different cards here, 151 different cards, 8 different title cards, 28 relic cards. The art looks really good. There's the solo cards. Got nice tokens. There's the player boards, a mini board, rule book. All right, and then there's some more videos, Solstice preview. The only one I've seen so far is this Game Boy Geek one. So I want to watch a few more of the videos and see what I end up deciding on this one. Lots of promos here coming through. I'll skim through those. You can check those out on your own if you'd like. some how to play information. I'll probably watch some of that as well before I make my decision. Here's the pledge levels. So if you have the base game and you just want the expansion, $39, and that's going to give you, all those new features we looked at above. If you want the base game and the expansion, those are $109, and that's where I'm pumping the brakes a little bit. Again, that much money for a game, even though it's with an expansion and even though it's pretty highly acclaimed, not really sure I can justify putting that much money into a game. This game, at least, looks good, but not really sure. We'll see. There's some add-ons here. Shipping to the US is $11 for Tier 1, $21 for Tier 2. So looks interesting. I'll keep checking it out. Probably because of the cost, won't be going after that one. Lockup Breakout expansion. This is from the Thunderworks games, the role player universe. And Lockup is a game that's been out for a while. Keith Mateka, I'm not sure if that's exactly how to pronounce his name, but he's the creator of that role player universe. There was a Lockup game. This is an expansion called Breakout for that game. And again, this is one where I haven't played the original game, but I love the role player universe. Cartographers is one of my favorite games. Role player, especially with the Monsters and Minions expansion, one of my favorite games. I've ordered the Role Player Adventures and Fiends and Familiars expansion through the Kickstarter most recently. And this is telling you what's new in this expansion from the base game. And it shows you inside the box. You're going to get the rule book, you're going to get the Catacombs board, Seeker tokens, Lantern markers, more tokens and markers, more cards. So that is what's coming in this expansion. And so I watched this preview, the Man vs. Meeple preview, and it looked pretty interesting. And I watched this Sarah Shaw Board Games in a Minute video. Again, looks interesting. I haven't bought the original game, though, so I'm not sure. Again, I'd have to get both the original and the expansion if I wanted to go in for this one. Lockup, like I said, it's based in that role player universe. I like the art and theme of that role player universe, that fantasy theme. You can do some add-ons if you want the plastic tiles. You can add on the Kolbach pack, which is more, looks like more cards, 7-card mini expansion. You can play online. I might try that out, Tabletop Simulator and Tabletopia, to give it a shot, see if I enjoy it. And then shipping for this one, if you just need the expansion 5, if you need the game and the expansion 8 to the US, and you can see the other prices for other parts of the world. But this art, it's very much like the cartographer role player art, very much something that I'm into. So yeah, I would have to go into this $65 level. Not bad for a game and an expansion. And it's got the mini expansion as well for $75 or more. Then we're looking at retailer. So definitely keep my eye on this one. Probably try on the Tabletop Simulator, see if I enjoy that one, and then decide later. Next one is the first one that I have backed of all the ones that I've shown you, and that is Buru. And this is a splurge for me. This is an expensive game, but I lived in Indonesia with my family for over 12 years, over a period of 14. And I like midweight Euro games. Medium to lightweight is kind of the sweet spot for us. I like the fact that it has solo, highly interactive play, great graphics, premium components. The base, or not the base, but the deluxe edition, which is the only edition, is $79, and all these wooden features, all these highly customized. You can get the base game for $59 if you don't want the deluxeified features. The Amblau expansion is $25. And then there's the solo and spirit mode, this free promo. I signed up for the newsletter, so I should be getting that. I probably will pass on the playmat, even though it does look cool, but just to save a little bit of money. And this is interesting. It says, Johnny Pack, I highly recommend checking this game out. Buru is one of the best blind bidding games ever, in my opinion. Now, I just saw yesterday, Johnny Pack saying, that Buru is saying Johnny Pack is actually going to add some things to the Amblau expansion and make it even greater. And I am a Johnny Pack fan. So that got me even more excited. I'd already backed it, but that got me more excited. So maybe you'll want to check that out. You can check it out on the Buru Facebook page if you want to hear about Johnny Pack's involvement. But the art, it says, it's 1361 in Buru. You are a noble of the Majapahit Empire, a powerful Indonesian maritime kingdom. At the order of your king, you have set out across the sea in search of new peoples to trade with. You and your fellow nobles have recently arrived at the remote island of Buru, eager to earn your place in history. Here you will explore, trade, and pay your respects as you compete to win over Buru's residents and ultimately the favor of the king himself. So 1 to 4, 10 and up, 60 to 90 minutes. I like the circular board. That looks cool. There's these 4 regions. I've watched a bunch of videos on this one. And it's a little bit like the War of Whispers game, if you've played that, where you're using blind bidding in the regions, and trying to bid for which of the regions you're going to take control over using your tiles. And then you may want to take a certain region one part of the play. So here they're showing the bidding, but it's blind bidding. Then you flip them over and see, okay, yellow gets first choice. And then there's all these cards to choose from. So the first choice player gets to pick which one they want. So you decide how you're going to bid in those different areas. And then you use those different cards from the different areas to basically combo together this puzzle of a game. You can download the rules if you want. You can play on Tabletop Simulator if you want. I've watched all these videos. Here's a nice little summary. I love this little chart. Base game has just the game and the base stretch goals and the print and play. Deluxe has everything but the Ambala expansion. And then the All, which is what I got, has basically everything. I did not go for the All-In, which then also includes these wooden bowls and sleeves and the neoprene mat. I don't really think I need the bowls, and I could probably get the sleeves cheaper if I decide I want to sleeve it later. I tend to be a sucker for neoprene mats, but it's already a $99 game, and so I'm pretty sure I will not be adding that. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in the pledge manager later I might, but we'll see. If I did that, I'd probably just go up to the next level. So and get the bowls after all. But yeah, it looks gorgeous to me. The theme of being in Indonesia, and even a lot of the names like Borobudur, that was an hour and a half from where we lived. It's a Buddhist temple there in Indonesia, and just a lot of the other names, they're Indonesian names built into the game, and so it just really instantly attracted me in with my experience having lived there. Can't wait to play this with my kids who grew up in Indonesia and my wife. Yeah, this is really exciting. Gorgeous game trays, very deluxeified game. So definitely going for this one, not all in exactly, but all in on gameplay, not just necessarily all the add-ons. So yeah, 5th player module here, Toko module. So very excited about this one. Check it out. It is the one that I've shown you today that I have already backed. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned, but 10 days to go. All right, Keystone North America, 13 days to go. This one is by Rose Gauntlet, and this is a gorgeous looking game where you're building up an ecosystem. And here's the base game box with beautiful art. You're going to have a green board here where you're laying out the cards to develop ecosystems in certain patterns. It says, in Keystone North America, you and your friends will take on the role of biologists and work to build an interconnected ecosystem through careful placement of cards. Use skills, introduce important Keystone animals, and perform wildlife research to maximize your points. Over 60 unique species to discover. So you get the lowest price if you back now, you get early delivery, you get to support the educators who helped build this game, and you get to be involved. They are supporting, by supporting this, you're helping Rose Gauntlet, and they are involved in, let's see, backing sale will allow you to vote on the deluxe edition game cover, get access to community Discord, and get you early updates to behind the scenes projects we have in development. So if you really want to get involved with their company, you can do that. The components on the standard edition, which is $45, you've got all these cards. There's the wild cards, the secret objective cards, and the player boards with the skill tokens and the game tracker and your story tokens and synergy tokens. It also has solo and co-op play with a field journal giving you 20 scenarios for that. So that's pretty intriguing. 40-page score pad with 6 secret species packs. It looks good. And then if the deluxe components, you get to vote for what the cover is going to look like. So that's what they were mentioning above. 176 species cards, 8 wild cards, the secret objectives. You get the deluxe player boards, which in my opinion, actually, they kind of seem busy because you're going to be putting pictures of animals on here. I feel like it might be a little bit harder to see the patterns. I don't know. And then the central play mat, again, looks really cool, but it looks like it may be busy when you put these cards on there. Is there just too much going on? I'm not sure. And then some upgraded tokens here if you want that deluxeified version. Then for the add-ons, you could add on the wooden tokens if you want. You could add on the field journal if you want. All-in bundle for $110. Don't really see going for that. Looks really cool, but it also reminds me a lot of Cascadia, which is a game I backed last year and looking forward to receiving this summer. Lots of animals being added, it looks like, here in the stretch goals. But I think it may be close enough, similar enough to Cascadia that having another game so similar may not be quite what I want to put that much money into. Yeah, it shows you're looking at your goals, choosing the cards, putting them on your player board, trying to get the using the tokens to, I think, rearrange and get the best matches so you can add up your points and score the most for your ecosystem. And you got secret objectives that only you will know about. That's something that's kind of unique. And like I said, the solo play as well. That's pretty intriguing. That whole journal with the scenarios. I may try this out on Tabletopia. Maybe I would go in for the base game. Shipping on this one for the standard is $17. A little bit steep on the shipping. And then there's going to be taxes. Looks like just in Michigan and Texas. Pledge manager, we've got retailers and meeting the team here. So if we look at the different pledge levels over here on the side, junior biologist, for $1 you can get access to the pledge manager. For $30 you can get the retail pledge. For $45 you can get this Kickstarter version pledge. Probably going for that or the retail. And then if you want the deluxe for $65, you can get those premium cards and the central play mat and the alternate art player boards. And then $110 for everything, wooden token sets, faux leather field journal, if you really want to deluxify it. Next one up, Space Kraken, 13 days to go. This one is by Marcus Geiger, and I've been in contact with Marcus and the creative team. They have sent me one of these books, and this is an interesting game. Reminds me of ISS Vanguard, a book-driven, space-themed game, but it seems a bit different. Kind of maybe ISS Vanguard light, sort of a science fiction dungeon crawler, all based out of this book. But he sent me a prototype. I should be getting it any day and looking forward to trying it. 1 to 4 players, asymmetric multiplayer. A cryptid game master breathes life into the game by guiding you through various storylines that develop in parallel. It also administers secret things which are occurring. This cryptid game master consists of scripted printed sheets. You can handle developments even if you are not able to see the contents of the events it prepares in secret, in a way never previously presented in a game. So I also had a chance to just look at the Kickstarter page early on and give him some suggestions. It's been fun to be involved in this project for a few weeks here and looking forward to getting that prototype. The theme, I'm not typically into space themes necessarily, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm anxious to try it. I like the unique nature of this game. You can see a lot of the stretch goals have been achieved here, with a couple more to go in the next 2 weeks. I do like the art, but space-themed games aren't necessarily my, top choice. This is an interesting storyline, though. And in the storyline, it's set in the future. Humanity creates this Kraken to clean up the oceans, and then there's a war, and the Kraken gets affected by nuclear radiation, I think, and then they try to kill it and end up creating some sort of time loop wormhole that it escapes in, and then the Earth is destroyed and they have to flee to space, but the Kraken is now in space, and so really interesting. The core book here, you've got the rules section, and then you open it up and you can see it opens up to different levels to see your crew, and then other pages open up multi-layers to show you your achievements and your weapons and the status of your ship. And you open up to other pages and extend it out to see the dungeons that you're going to be crawling and the exploration you're going to be doing. And then there's other pages that guide you through the combat. So really interesting, unique game. Can't wait to try the prototype, and looking forward to seeing if this is a game that might be for me. The artwork here you can see. You can also get your own image put into the artwork if you invest at a high enough level. You can see the enemy species here. And here's the pledge levels. This is pretty interesting, this financial hardship. And I'm going to show over here so you can actually see the prices. But, well, let's look at the pictures first, and I'll go back to the prices. So here's the core book. That's the basic. And then the essential edition comes with these different tokens, basically, to help you play the game. And then the deluxe version is going to come with the soundtrack and an art book and a notepad and some stickers. And then the larger essential edition comes with some compendiums to tell you more about the species and the worlds that you'll be investigating. And then the Epic Edition comes with more compendiums and dice and other things, kind of the overall big version. And then if you want yourself invested in this, you can put your own picture to be painted in as a hero in the game. So you can become an actual member of the game. And then here's some add-ons you can add on bit by bit if you want. So let's look at the pledge manager list over here. For $1, you can be a supporter. $5 retailer ticket. $9, or that's actually euros, about $12, €9. Financial hardship. This is intriguing to me. Everyone should have the chance to be part of a space trip. So anyone having a hard time in these difficult times can use this pledge level to join us. Get the Space Kraken core book in PDF format for a discounted price. Never give up, never surrender. So for $12, as opposed to this $24, you can get the digital edition. They're just out of the kindness of their heart. I guess they're just trusting that if you are in that hardship, you'll ask for that. Otherwise, you'll pay this full price. And then for about $48, 39 euros, you get the standard edition with the core book, print and play, and updates to the Pledge Manager. For $65, 53 euros, you get the foil sticker and foil pin with the token set and bag. And then if you move up to the deluxe edition for 85, 69 euros, you get the art book and the soundtrack and the notepad. And then 99 euros, 122. Now you're starting to get those compendium, the Species Compendium, Crazy Maneuvers, and Worlds Compendium. So those additional books. And then the Epic Edition for 183 or 149 euros comes with everything. All those compendium books, the soundtrack, the everything. And then if you want your own story put in for $244, 199 euros, you can get your own artwork put in. Or you can actually, sorry, that's not where you get your own artwork put in. You get named in the book. For €249, 305, that's where you get painted in as actually a hero in the game. And you can go official if you want to become official crew member and get added to the game. That's a larger pledge. So Space Kraken is one I'm interested to try. Generally speaking, the theme isn't one that I would normally be excited about, but because I've had an opportunity to be involved since the beginning, it's really got me intrigued, and it's a unique enough game. I'm very excited to try it. Next one is CastleScape deck building board game, 14 days to go. This one's by Praetorian Board Games, Josh Horsley. You can see for $55, you get the basic deck building and area control game. And as soon as I saw this, I thought of After the Empire with these pieces building up your castle, your territory. Rados has such a satisfying puzzle. Shay Parker actually through Rado's channel. And it looks interesting to me. I like deck builder games, and I like the 3D aspect of this. Never been a real big area control guy, but I don't dislike it. So what's in the box? Well, you get the game board, you get the quarry board, you get the guild boards, the rule book, all these different cards that guide the deck building portion of the game, goal cards, and these recruit cubes, claim markers, inspection marker, and you get these cool castle walls. So how do you play? Well, if you want to learn, I watched this video by Shay on Rado's channel. Looked interesting. Like I said, the area control part of it didn't draw me in as much. I like the deck building aspect, although it didn't seem as strong as some other deck builders, in my opinion. So I don't know. I'm interested in this one, kind of weighing it out. Probably watch some more videos. Haven't had a chance to see if Hungry Gamer has a video out yet. Stretch goals, we got a few things happening here. Plastic inserts, sticker, cardboard, things like that. Shipping's $11 to the US. You can see the other prices there for other shipping. We've got testimonials. Oh, I did watch this video as well, and from Alex Ratcliffe at Board Game Co. And yeah, kind of felt like he did, just at my first impressions without not having played it. It looks good, but I'm not sure it's... there's so many other games that I'm interested in. I'm not sure if I'm going to jump in. Oh yeah, there's Hungry Gamer. I'll check out his video. I'll check out Grant's video here. Check out, I've not heard of this. Oh, this is maybe by the CastleScape creator, so I'll check that one out. I'm sure I'll be following this one along and checking it out further and seeing what comes. Maybe I will try it on Tabletop Simulator. Give it a shot there. Yeah, so if you look at here, you got Pledge Manager Access, you've got the base game for $55, and then you get the retailer pledge. So not a lot of things to consider, just basically looking at this $55 pledge plus, what was it, 11 shipping, I think. So yeah. All right, so that's CastleScape. The next one is Jungla. And this one is a chess-like game with really interesting art. When I first saw it, I thought, hey, this looks like a cool kids game. Maybe play it with the grandkids. When I was looking at these pictures, kind of reminded me of Stratego. And as I learned more about the gameplay, kind of reminded me of chess. But the thing that's unique is all of these different animals, like the predators versus destroyers versus runners, aquatic animals and special animals, they move differently, like the different chess pieces. But they also move differently on the land portion versus the water portion of the board. So you've got a couple layers of complexity there. So this is not one I would be able to play with my grandchildren anytime soon. They're ages 5 and under. They would love the animals, but yeah, this is what I saw when I was, oh, the kids would love that. But there's no way they would be ready to try to take on this game. It actually looks like a pretty tactical chess-like deep game. So I'm not a huge chess lover, but it's 35 euros for the Kickstarter exclusive version. I did watch a couple of these videos here to start to get a feel for it, and we'll be checking out a few more videos. Watch the Tantrum House video, and see, don't remember which other one I watched, but I'll definitely be checking this one out, watching maybe a few more videos, seeing if this is one that I'm interested in. You can get the art book, which I probably wouldn't be interested in, although the art does look cool. You can get some customized drawings of your, into the art book if you want. You can buy masks, and here's the pledge levels. You've got the game, the coloring book, and some masks. So that's probably the level that I would be looking at. You've got the game, the coloring book, and the art book. You got the game, coloring book, art book again, and this is if you, not the art book, but if you want a print of yourself put in, and then they just get different combinations of all of those things added together, and then retailer bundles as well. And then here it just shows some of the different stretch goals. So Jungla looks interesting. I'm not sure if I'll go for this one. It's reasonably priced, I think. So that's what, $51 for the base game, the Zebra package. I don't think I would need to get any of the art books or any of those other things, so that's probably what I'd be looking at. Or maybe even just this one, the $43 Jungla box. So yeah, I'll be following this and looking at a little bit more, maybe trying it out online and seeing how it goes. The next one, Fall of the Mountain King, and I have not played Hall of the Mountain King, but both of these games by Burnt Island Games. Burnt Island Games has a history of creating just wonderfully beautiful games with great components. I don't know much about the themes, and to be honest, I haven't had a chance to even really dig into this one much, but I've opened it up and saved it and followed it because I do want to learn more about it. I know that because the quality of the components and the art is so great, that these tend to be on the expensive side. I do see here that's got solo gameplay, so that's exciting. Have that extra option. The miniatures look pretty cool. Outcompete your rivals. I think this is like a prequel to In the Hall of the Mountain King, although like I said, I haven't played that one. So in the box of this Kickstarter edition, you're going to get the mountain game board, you're going to get the tokens, the wheel pawns, the gnome wheel, lots of different tokens it looks like, and then these miniatures, champion cards, champion tags, clan board. So packed with stuff, no miniatures, swarm miniature. Yeah, it looks like the box is going to be full of stuff. Custom designed game trays inserts. Game trays are always amazing. They help you organize the game so much. Love those. So here we go. Fall of the Mountain King Kickstarter edition, 79 USD. I'm assuming that's the Kickstarter price. This must be MSRP. We'll check over here in a second. If you need both games or want both games, 158 USD or 190. And then there's the add-ons. You can get the mini expansions, solo co-op module, wood bits, Kickstarter upgrade, and then they're looking at some stretch goals here, blasted through, barreled through, stomped and smacked and chomped, with more to go. And there's some how to play. So I'll definitely be checking out the how to play. I don't know too much about this game yet, but based on the name recognition of Burnt Island Games, I am interested in. But being on the very expensive side of games for my budget, chances are I won't be ending up following this or backing this one, but got almost 3 weeks to decide. Fjordar, this one I've been watching for a little bit, and it's got 23 days ago, about 3 weeks. Join the fight for the throne of Norway, strategic tabletop game of epic proportions. This game is another beautiful one, and the thing that fascinates me, and I have watched a couple videos, I love the 3D nature. As you put these tiles on, they build up to different heights. And the components of this game, you can see in these pictures, really excellent quality, it looks like. And just the 3D nature of that, the texture of this game really is exciting. Now, it seems to be a bit more tactical head-on or head-to-head kind of games. It's not necessarily up my alley, but there is a solo mode. I'm not so bad about head-to-head games, but pretty much no one else in my family is. So, and I've really done my deep dive into gaming not much before COVID started, so I've not been a part of a gaming group where I can actually have other people besides my family to play with yet. But hopefully as things open up, I'll be able to find a game group. So here we go, Pathfinder. Sport campaign for $6. Long ship, if you want to get one copy of the board game, $96. And so you can see you're paying for those great components. And then here, I'm not sure what is the difference here. Fight the Burkabeaners at the, so I have no idea how to say that. Oh, it looks like pick up your copy. Okay. And then retailer pledge. and then these are all gone. So you can check out these videos and read the rules if you want to see it. It looks really fun. The components are incredible, but it is definitely on the expensive end because of those incredible components. And I love the art. Castle miniatures, yeah, it's just really very, very cool. But I think the gameplay and the chance of me getting it to the table frequently is pretty slim. Makes it pretty slim that I would get it to the table very frequently, so I'm probably not going to be following up on this one. As much as I do love the art, as much as I love this, maybe I'll try it out on Tabletop Simulator, see if I can figure out how to play it solo, if it allows for that on Tabletop Simulator, see what I think. Several reviews and previews I have watched some of these. I did watch the Tantrum House one. I did watch the Board Game Ramblings one as well. So I'll check out a few more of these. I did watch this replayability one as well. So I'll keep watching it, but with this basically $96 pledge just for the game, that's going to be pretty hard for me to be willing to do. Shipping, let's see, to the US is 13 euros. So that's going to be 120 bucks in. So probably won't end up getting this one, but definitely following. And Daimyo Senso, just 2 more to go. It's a long one. So 1 to 8 player strategy game in the warring states of Japan, featuring 8 players in under 2 hours. So the fact that it goes from 1 to 8 really intrigued me, and I tend to like Asian themed games, and this one being set in Japan. I just actually yesterday received my Yedo Deluxe Master Set and was unboxing that today and getting that one all organized. And so we got almost 4 weeks to go here. I love the picture of this map. I'm wondering, though, this doesn't look like it's probably going to fund. It's only at 3,000, only 10% basically of where, not less than 10% of where it needs to be after a couple days. So we'll see. You are pitting the 8 greatest daimyo against each other in a battle to see who will be the next shogun. I love these map-based games. I grew up on Risk, and then this one with the tokens and the different clans here. Talks about what those clans are. This one, just the look of the game, to me, it's the kind that appeals to me. What comes in the box, you get the big game board, although it's not super big, but it looks cool. Lots of cards and tokens. Yeah, so this is Warrior with the Pin games. We've got the stretch goal here, getting upgraded to the token storage. And over here, if we look at the options, $1 for Pledge Manager access, $5 to support Warrior with the Pin games, and then $65 to get it sent to the US. Same price for others, and then here's retail pledges, it looks like. Or if you want a prototype version of the game, you can invest in these much larger. I guess this one is with watercolor pictures, paintings you can get with that one. And then I think this is like an original wooden prototype version if you want to receive that for a big investment. So this one is probably not going to fund, but I'll be keeping my eye on it. The theme looks good. It doesn't look like amazing quality, but I like just this style of imagery draws me in always, and the theme always draws me in. And the last one, Fossil Canyon. Now, I already did back this one, and I'll be posting up another video today, a short little clip. My grandchildren helped me decide whether we should back this one or not. So if you want to see their impressions of this game, you can check that out and hear what they think about Fossil Canyon. But I did back it, and it looks like a really fun game for me to play with the grandkids. They are 5 and under, but they love dinosaurs. And this one, you can play it. I watched the kids explaining video, and you can play the regular game, which is probably a little bit beyond what they can do at this point. But you can also do a memory version of the game. You can also do a 21 questions version of the game. And they would just love playing with these cards and talking about the dinosaurs and learning about the dinosaurs. And they love puzzles right now. So they would love these puzzle pieces. So whether they could really understand how to play the game yet, they were very into this, spoiler alert. But if you want to see their actual interactions, reactions, feel free to check out that video later today. So you dig, you trade, you complete, you build. And this is the scoring mechanism, this puzzle. So whoever has the longest scoring here wins. I don't think I'll show a whole lot more. We went all the way through it with my grandkids. So if you really want to learn more about it, you can watch that video or you can check it out yourself. But as a science teacher, I love the fact that there's all kinds of good scientific information here, facts about the dinosaurs and skeletons. There's a lot of science built into this book that comes with the game. And it is a very inexpensive game as well. So $20 for the standard edition, and I did jump in early enough with the early bird, and I got the deluxe edition with the wooden puzzle pieces for the same price. And that unfortunately is no longer available, but you can still get that deluxe version for $29. So I was fortunate enough to get in on that very limited amount and get the deluxe for the same price as the standard. So if you want to check out more about this game, watch the video with me and my grandkids, or just dig through this page. I'll have all these links in the description down below. So that is my Kickstarter update for May 2021. Hopefully that was helpful for you. 22 games, backed Buru and Fossil Canyon, but there's some you can late pledge. There's some that are still going. If you're interested, check those out. I'll have the links down below in the description. And hopefully if it was helpful, you'll click on that thumbs up down below. And if you would subscribe to the channel, that'd be terrific. If you want to hear about the games that I'm anticipating, or you want to see how my kids helped me pick out that Fossil Canyon game, click on that bell icon so you can get notifications when I upload those videos. As always, thanks for watching. This is Billy, Indiana, signing off.